Okay, how is everybody today? This is going to be part 2 of this getting ready to drive Uber video. I left off the last time in part 1 where I had said it was probably going to take a couple of days, or Uber had said it may take a few days. Well, it didn't. It wasn't an hour after I submitted all my stuff that they sent me a text saying that I was ready to go. I could have right at that minute turned on the app, which I'd already downloaded, and taken off on a person delivery. But I've gone on YouTube and watched a few videos about how to use the app, and Uber has been sending me text about little tricks to do and best places to sit and different things like that, which I haven't even read all of them yet. I'm going to do that later this afternoon. And so what I wanted to talk about today was why I bought this particular type vehicle, and it's because there are several different types of Uber. There's Uber X, which is just a regular car. It requires a 4-door, 5 seat belts. I think it has to be less than 10 years old, whatever. Then there's Uber XL, which I needed this to be able to drive the XL. Now, I was told by a couple of people that I've talked to about Uber that you could make more money if you had a van or a big SUV or something like that. So I decided I would go with this van. Now, it's not really something I would have bought for myself, but I think buying it for Uber, I think I've made the right decision. I won't know until I get started in this, but right now I think it is. And so I'm going to tell you why I bought this kind of vehicle. Okay, one thing about this vehicle, it has some bells and whistles and buttons, I call them, that I don't deal with much, but it has sliding doors on both sides of this vehicle. The doors in back of the passenger and driver's side, and they're automatic. I can give it 2 clicks there, and this door opens up, and it has ease of access for the passengers I'm picking up. Now, the door on the other side opens exactly the same way. So here I go. I have ease of access when I pull up to pick up my passengers. And I don't know if you'll be able to see this real good, but there's a 3rd row. Let me see if I can get over here. There's a 3rd row of seating back there. So I wouldn't want to try to put 3 football players back there, but I think 3 normal people would be able to sit back there pretty comfortably. So there are 3 in the back, and then I have these 2 bucket seats here. So that makes 5, and then of course there's the passenger seat over there, so I could carry 6 passengers, and there are seat belts for all of them. So there are also different configurations in the seating. These 2 bucket seats fold down into the floor, and the bench looking seat in the back, that 3rd row seating, that also folds down into the floor. So I can open this up to carry cargo. If for some reason there was a passenger that had a whole lot of stuff to carry, then obviously I can get it in this van. Or I can just put the rear seat down and carry cargo and have room for 3 passengers with these 2 bucket seats and the passenger seat in the front. Now also, And I'm going to open this up. Which all this stuff works. There are buttons inside to work it, and also I'm working this with my key. So even with the 3 seats up, and I'm hoping this will show up, this is that 3rd row of seating. There's still room in the back here for luggage. So that was the reason that I picked this vehicle. Only time will tell whether I made the correct decision or not. But so far, I'm happy with this. Because everything works real easy. And I think that's going to work out real easy for the passengers also. Now, Uber made some suggestions that you have some mints or gum or something like that for passengers in here, and I went and bought some of that. I also bought 2 of these USB charging cords. They suggested you had that you have charging cords for people's phones, so I have one for iPhone and one for the other phones. So if I get passengers in here that are running a little low on their batteries on their phones or iPads or whatever you call those other things, pads, whatever kind of pads they are, then they'll be able to use those. Also, in these places, this netting in back of the front seats, I'm going to have some kind of little treats in there that they suggested that you carry with you. And I don't know if I mentioned it or not, but I bought a little small cooler that I can carry some water, some bottled water. So anyway, that's the reason I bought this vehicle, and only time is going to tell whether that was the right decision or not, but right now I feel real good about it. Now here's my little Ford Focus. I believe I have somebody already that's going to buy this off of me. It's a good friend of mine. I'm giving it to him at what I consider a really good price. And the day I finalized the paperwork on this Town and Country, I went down and turned in my 2-week notice at Marco's. Things had gotten pretty bad there. A lot of people were leaving. We were real short on help. Working that job got to be a real aggravation. And I have 4 more shifts left, and I'm going to be done with the Marcos. I actually think I'm going to be done with pizza delivery. Now, I know I put out 2 pizza delivery videos, and I still say that that is a good job to pick up some part-time cash. Even if you needed a full-time job, it would be a good job for that. But back to the Uber. The hours that I worked at the pizza place, you know, as far as most jobs go, in comparison to most jobs, the hours were pretty flexible. But I don't think I'm going to be able to beat this Uber as far as talking schedule goes, because you turn the app on and you're at work, you turn the app off and you're not at work. Just that simple. Now, it's not going to be an issue with me. I know a lot of people hit the snooze button on their clock and go back to sleep instead of getting up and getting out there, but I'm a self-starter and I'm not going to worry about putting in the hours it takes to take care of this Uber job. Because I get up early in the morning and I'm ready to go, and so that's just part of my trait. Something else about the Uber is that you can go to other cities. If I'm in another city where they have Uber, And I've already said in the last part one of this that I'm going back down to the Tampa area again, January, February, and March, and maybe even longer. I'll be able to just start in working right there. And I know I don't know my way around that town like I do here in Birmingham, but with the GPS and with the navigation on telephones and all this stuff that we have today, I'm not going to worry about that a bit. I found that usually when I was delivering pizza, this technology would, at least if it didn't take me right to the mailbox of somebody's house, which it did most of the time, it would at least take me within 5 or 6 or 7 mailboxes of that house. And anybody that knows how to count can say, well, oh, I'm a little too far, or I just need to go down about 3 or 4 more houses and I'll be there. So I just don't consider going into another town being an issue as far as going there and doing the work and picking people up and dropping them off where they need to be dropped off. So anyway, I'm all approved for the Uber. I've tried to get stuff in here to make the customer's ride as pleasant as possible. You know, the phone chargers, I'll have some cold bottled water on hand and some mints if they need them, and different stuff like that. So this video is going to be uploaded Monday. I guess that's the 3rd. Seems like I never know the date. If it's not the 3rd, I'll put it in words on the screen there. But I'm going to upload that on the 3rd. Hopefully the laundromat's open. I don't even know if they will be or not, because Monday is a holiday. But I'll upload this then, and I'm thinking that probably the Tuesday after that, I'm going to turn this app on and start looking for my first pickup. And I'm going to take it slow at first to make sure I know how to use that app real well. And so that's about all I can put in this part 2 of this. Part 3 will be about getting started on this job. So hope this video has found everyone well, and we'll see you back here next time.